International business. So last class we have discussed about the local business as well as the regional business. Today we will be discussing about the national business, international business and global business. First we are moving on to the national business. Okay, a national business is a business which operates within the boundaries of a particular country. So it is a customer, okay, it's a business which is having customers across the nation, and it will be providing a variety of commodities, goods and services which are needed by those customers. Okay, so a national business can understand the cultures as well as the tradition of a country and produce the or develop the product accordingly, according to the needs or based upon the traditions and cultures of a particular country. Okay, and a national business have to deal with the currency of that particular country only. If imagine in India a business is operating within the India only, okay, that particular business have to deal with only with the currency of the India. So that is the national business. അപ്പം നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു വിത്തിൻ ദ കൺട്രി, ഒരു കൺട്രിയിൽ മാത്രം ഓപ്പറേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ബിസിനസ്സിനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ എന്ത് പറയുന്നത്, നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഒരു നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ്സിൻ്റെ ഒരു മെയിൻ അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ആ ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ കൺട്രിയുടെ കൾച്ചറും ട്രഡീഷനും ഒക്കെ അനുസരിച്ച് അവർക്ക് ആ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അപ്പോൾ അവരുടെ കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ആ വിത്തിൻ ദാറ്റ് പർട്ടിക്കുലർ കൺട്രി ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സിൻ്റെ നീഡ്സും വാൺസും ഒക്കെ മനസ്സിലാക്കി അവരുടെ കൾച്ചറിനും ട്രഡീഷനും ഒക്കെ അനുയോജിച്ച പ്രൊഡക്റ്റ്സ് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും, ഈ നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ്സിന് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. നെക്സ്റ്റ് തിങ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഒരു നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് ആകെ ഡീൽ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരുന്നത് ആ ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ നാഷണലിലുള്ള കറൻസി ആയിട്ടായിരിക്കും. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യയിലാണെങ്കിൽ ഇന്ത്യൻ കറൻസി ആയിട്ട് മാത്രം, ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ടാക്സ് സിസ്റ്റം മാത്രം ഫോളോ ചെയ്താൽ മതി. ഓക്കെ, അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇന്ത്യയിലുള്ള റൂൾസും റെഗുലേഷൻസും ടാക്സ് സിസ്റ്റം ഒക്കെ മാത്രം എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി, ഈ നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്താൽ മതി. അപ്പം ഇൻ സിമ്പിൾ ടേംസ്, എ നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് ഈസ് എ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ബിസിനസ് വിച്ച് ഓപ്പറേറ്റ്സ് വിത്തിൻ ദ ബൗണ്ടറീസ് ഓഫ് എ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ കൺട്രി. Now we are moving on to the features of national business. First one is the entire country. So a national business will be present entire country, or it may be present most of the parts of the country. അല്ലേ, ഒരു എൻറ്റയർ കൺട്രിയിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിൻ്റെ മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദി പാർട്സിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും, സ്ഥലങ്ങളിൽ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും, ഈ നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കും. നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ എന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ് ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, ആക്ച്വലി ദിസ് നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് വാസ് ഡെവലപ്ഡ്, ദ കൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് നാഷണൽ ബിസിനസ് വാസ് ഡെവലപ്ഡ് ഇൻ ഇംഗ്ലണ്ട് ഡ്യൂറിങ് ദ ടൈം ഓഫ് ദി ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയൽ റവല്യൂഷൻ. തേർഡ് വൺ ഈസ് ദി ലാർജ് സൈസ്. ഓക്കെ, so when we compare this national business with the regional as well as the local business, the size of the national business is comparatively large. And the last one is supply all over the country. Actually we told that in the national business we will be supplying the materials, okay, of that particular national business all over the country. So here also the next, okay, these are the features of the national business. First one is the entire country, second one started in England, third one large size, and fourth one supply all over the country. Next we want to discuss the advantages of national business. So we have almost 5 advantages. First one is the small scale enterprises are encouraged. In case of the national business, okay, actually this national business is present entire the country, so they will be encouraging the small scale enterprises. Next one is the low cost of transportation. Since these business present or exist within a particular country only, so the transportation cost is comparatively low. Next one is the less time between production and sale of goods. Okay, actually this business only present in the particular country only, so they comparatively the time as well as the production time as well as the transportation time will be comparatively less. Then provides the employment opportunities to the citizens who are living in that particular country. The last one is help in the economic development of a country. Naturally, when a business organization is running within a particular country, definitely it will be contributing to the economic development of that particular country. So these are the various advantages of the national business. Now we are moving on to the international business. So in case of the international business, we can say that a business which is carried out in more than one country or in a two or more countries, then that is the international business. Okay, so it is a term that refers to the business which concentrates on more than two or more countries. Okay, so actually this business will be interaction. Okay, this business will provide the interaction between the countries regardless of the national boundaries. We know that no country is 100% self-sufficient. Okay, so they definitely they have to depend upon others for the resources which they need. Okay, and what they are doing, the resources which are abundantly present in a particular country, definitely they can export that resources. Okay, and the resources which they are scarce or which they do not have those resources which they do not have sufficiently, they can import such resources. Okay, so resources in terms of their actually it is the surplus or the expertise, or both in case of goods and services we are telling. Okay, when the both goods and services we can actually export as well as the import. Okay, the international business means a business which operates more than one country, or it will be operating within the regardless of the boundaries. Without the boundaries they can operate in different countries. Okay, so the main reason for the international business is no country is 100% self-sufficient. They have to depend upon other countries for the goods and services, and the goods and services which they have in excess they can export, and which they do not have sufficient or which they have scarce resources they can import. So that is about the international business. Now we are moving on to the features of international business. We have 5 features. First one is the among nations. Okay, as we have already said, international business will be carried out among different nations. Next one is the import as well as export. Naturally, the international business involves the import as well as the export of the goods and services. The goods and services which we have in excess we will be exporting, and which those goods and services which we have scarce, okay, those goods and services which are scarce, we will be importing those goods and services. Next one is the very old. Okay, so the international business is not a new phenomenon, so in the actually present during the ancient time itself. Next one is the friendly relationship. Okay, this international business or the international transactions can develop a friendly relationship between the nations, and it create world peace, because definitely the countries have to must have the countries should depend upon other nations for the goods as well as the service. So the naturally when each other is each nation is interdependent, so definitely it will be creating world peace. Next one is the raises the standard of living of, because those resources which are not available in our country we can import from other countries. Okay, so those resources which we have in excess we can export to the other country. Definitely it will be improving the economic background of our nation. Definitely when the economy of a nation is getting improved, naturally the standard of living of the people also will improve. So these are the features of the international business. Now we want to discuss about the difference between national as well as the international business. First one we will be discussing about the national business. First column is about national business, second column is about international business. First one, within the country. Okay, national business will be concentrating in a one country only. International business will be concentrating on more than one country. Second one, the quality of the product. When compared to the international business, the quality of the product as well as the standard of the production will be lower in case of the national business. Okay, in case of the international business, since we are focusing on the international market, the quality of the product as well as the standard of the production will be greater. Okay, next one, currency. An international business will operate within the currency of that particular country only. Okay, if in case of India, they will be concentrating the currency, Indian currency only. Next one, in case of the international business, they are concentrating on different currencies. And next feature is that capital. National business have less capital investment because they are concentrating only on one country. So comparatively their capital will be less when compared to the international business. In case of the international business, since they are concentrating on more than one country, their capital will be more. Next one, restriction. In case of the restriction, there is not much restriction in case of the national business because they are running in a particular country only, in one country only, and they have to follow the rules regulations of that particular country only. But in case of the international business, since they are working in more than one country, they have to follow the rules regulations of that other countries also in which they are operating. So comparatively, there is much more restrictions in the international business when compared to the national business. Next one comes customers. In case of the national business, the customers will be only from the that particular country only. But in case of the international business, definitely they are, since they are running their business in more than one country, definitely they will be having customers from different countries. So these are the difference between national as well as the international business. Next one is the global business. Global business എന്ന് വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ when a business is concentrating on the entire earth, or when a business is running in most of the countries of the world, we can call it as a global business. Okay, so imagine a business is carried out in India as well as the United States, that is the America. We cannot call it as a global business. We can call it as a international business. But imagine that particular business is itself is running most of the countries of the world. Then definitely we can call it as a global business. Next one is the features of the global business. ഇവിടെ കുറച്ച് പോയിന്റ് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, അതായത് മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓറിയൻറ്റേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഓവർസീസ് ബിസിനസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എത്തനോസെൻട്രിക് ഓറിയൻറ്റേഷൻ, പോളിസെൻട്രിക് ഓറിയൻറ്റേഷൻ, റീജിയോസെൻട്രിക് ഓറിയൻറ്റേഷൻ, ജിയോസെൻട്രിക് ഓറിയൻറ്റേഷൻ. ദാറ്റ് പോയിന്റ്സ് വി വിൽ ബി ഡിസ്കസിങ് ഇൻ ദി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്. Now we have to discuss the features of the global business as well as the forms of the global business. First we will be discussing about the features. There are three features. First one is the world market. Actually, the market for the global business is the whole world because it is running in most of the countries of the world. Second one is the globalization. It can also refer to as globalization. In business environment, we have already studied about what is globalization and all. The treating world as a single market. That is the main objective or criteria of the globalization. So this global business is also can be also referred to as the globalization because it is present in most of the countries of the world. Then mature stage. It is the most current and latest stage of the most business has evolved, because we cannot say that this is local business, regional business, national business or international business as the modern concept. It already exists, and this global business or the globalization is the most mature stage or the advanced phase of the business. Then we have to discuss about the forms of global business. First one is the importing and exporting. Second one licensing. Third one franchising. Fourth one strategic partnerships. And last one is the joint ventures. Next we have to discuss about the difference between global business as well as the international business. The term global business, which is the business which is present on the entire world or most of the majority of the nations of a of majority of the nations of the world. In case of the international business, it is present in more than 2 countries. Second one, when compared to the international business, the scale of operation of the global business is very large. And in case of the international business, the scale of the operation is comparatively smaller. Then global business, global companies will be having different offices as well as the branches, as well as investment. They will be having investment in all over the world. In case of the international business, will be having companies or the offices or branches in 2 or more countries. So these are the difference between global as well as the international business. So we have discussed about different forms of business or the different forms of evolution of business. First one is the local business, second one regional business, third one national business, fourth one international business, and the last one global business.